E get one case where the UK courts for a while now. If you dey familiar with Nigerian news, you would have heard about the contract between Nigeria and P&ID, a company called Petroleum and Industrial Development. P&ID. They had a contract with Nigeria in 2010. It was a billion dollars contract. Nigeria did not meet up their end of the bargain. The company too not meet up their end of the bargain. But the company blames Nigeria for not meeting up their end of the contract. So they went to court and said, the contract is supposed to be a 20 years contract. They went to court and said the whole money that's supposed to make for the 20 years, said Nigeria will pay the money. The court then ruled in their favor that Nigeria will pay them $6.6 billion, which is the money they were supposed to make. The contract was supposed to start in 2013. From that 2013 till when the court gave the ruling, which is 2017, the court calculated interest for Nigeria. Now, the money don't graduate to over $11 billion. But Nigeria had been in court trying to say they will not pay the money. So then, Nigeria won the case that we are not going to pay the money because for that contract to be signed, a lot of bribery and corruption passed the back door. For those of you who don't understand the terms of this contract, make I just read you the news. I will come and explain the real contract. I go explain it for pidgin English so that everybody will get them. And how Nigeria enter a base of over $11 billion. Money when our full country not get. A whole damn go to net worth. Now in Nigeria, they owe somebody before. Let me show you the news. According to the Guardian newspaper, the federal government of Nigeria on Monday finally emerged victorious in its legal case against Process and Industrial Development, P&ID Limited, in the United Kingdom Court, UK. After over 5 years of legal fireworks, judgment was delivered in favor of Nigeria, which has now halted the enforcement of $11 billion arbitration award, which was previously in favor of P&ID. In a ruling delivered via email, the Justice of the Commercial Courts of England and Wales, Robin Knowles, upheld Nigeria's prayer. Knowles delivered judgments in favor of Nigeria on the ground that the ill-fated gas processing contract was obtained in a fraudulent manner. A private arbitration tribunal on January 31st, 2017 ordered Nigeria to pay a staggering amount of $6.6 billion to P&ID, plus interest dating back to March 20th of 2013. With the interest rate fixed at 7%, amounting to $1 million per day, the potential payments had accumulated to over $11 billion before the verdict. An 8-week trial had taken place in the High Court in London between January and March 2023, during which Nigeria's substantive application to finally set aside the award was heard. During the trial, Nigeria told the court that P&ID is guilty of bribery and corruption on an industrial scale, that key associates of P&ID suppressed evidence of corruption in the initial arbitral proceedings. It also said that lawyers associated with P&ID disregarded their professional integrity, including sharing the country's privileged document in pursuit of a promised pot of gold. Now, let me explain this deal. When Yar'Adua was the president, one of his agenda is that Nigeria will have a lot of light. In 2010, Yar'Adua looked at it. How can we create electricity that can carry Nigeria? One of the ways to create electricity now through gas. And Nigeria get high reserve of gas. The problem is that we don't have a refinery to process this gas. It's called a gas processing plant. We don't get. So, Yar'Adua looked for a company that can process the gas. Highest, we'll give them the raw wet gas here. They will process them and then we go share the processed gas, which is what we are doing with petroleum. We are giving the refineries crude oil, they process it and we get back petroleum from them. So they started looking for a company that can run this. Many companies pitched for the contract, but a company called Petroleum and Industrial Development, P&ID, got the contract. The company will get the contract, so never do contract like that before for their life. They don't even get websites. They have just a few members of staff. So how did they get the contract? We later find out. Say money don't pass hand. Some people don't bribe some people. The then lawyer to the Ministry of Petroleum had rearranged the contract. She don't collect $10,000 through her picking account or back door. She don't push the contract, give the Minister of Petroleum, who was Rilwan Lukman, who is now dead. Is late Rilwan Lukman, to sign the contract. Now, what is the contract about? P&ID is supposed to create a gas processing plant in Calabar. Nigeria will start giving them the wet gas, which is the raw gas, for 20 years. P&ID will process the gas. They will now share the processed gas with Nigeria. Nigeria go collect their parts, they go do light. P&ID go collect their parts, go sell. They have arranged the amount they are supposed to make over the 20 years period. It's supposed to come to $6.6 billion. That's the money they will make in 20 years period. The processing plant is supposed to start working from 2013. Long story short, they did not build the processing plant. Nigeria did not give them the wet gas. P&ID said that because they not give us gas, Nigeria could not produce the processing plant. Nigeria said no, that is not true. The contract stated that if Nigeria buys out of the contract, Nigeria will pay them the total money they are supposed to make. So they went to court. And the court said that Nigeria will pay them $6.6 billion. That judgment was given in 2017. Don't forget, they're supposed to have made the money since 2013. The court said they are not just going to pay them this $6.6 billion. The total interest dating back to 2013, when they're supposed to have to make the money, you will pay them the interest. The interest came to 7% per annum. If you calculate 7% per annum on $6.6 billion, they are supposed to be getting $1 million per day in interest. As I'm talking to you today, that money have climbed to $11.5 billion when you add the interest to it. Buhari government come say, lie, we know they pay this money. The court said, if you will not pay the money, that P&ID should seize Nigerian assets that are abroad and sell it and make their money back. Buhari's government appealed the case and they went to court again. The case don't they court since. Today, the court just agreed that some people were bribed to sign that contract, because how will you sign that kind of mega contract with a company that has not done it before? They don't even get website, they don't get members of staff. Nigeria was able to prove that some of the lawyers representing P&ID are Nigerians. And they have been revealing documents, confidential documents of our country to those people just because they want to cash out from the deal. If that money was paid, thinking Nigerians are going to make money. Adetunji Ademola, one Mohammed Kushazi, and Grace Tiger, who was the then lawyer to the Ministry of Petroleum. Now, make the president not they give Minister of Petroleum to anybody again, in the whole land himself, because that's a very delicate office. As of today, Nigeria has won the case. I have a breakdown here of how the money was about to be shared. Then you say your fellow Nigerians' name inside. They want to cash out of the funds that is going to come out from Nigeria. $11.5 billion is 8 times the budget of our healthcare in this country. Nigeria is looking for dollars. That's why dollar is high against the naira. If you remove another $11.5 billion from Nigeria economy, this dollar will be 1 to today, if it crash, go 3,000. Because it will give us a big problem. Our national asset was going to be taken. Ladies and gentlemen, see the breakdown of this money. Now, if you look at this breakdown well, from the 11.5 billion that is supposed to be paid by Nigeria, VRO Capital is supposed to get 25% of the money. Now, Lismore Capital is supposed to get the remaining 75%. If you look down, you will see Grace Tiger. She's supposed to get up to $500,000. Adetunji Adebayo is supposed to get 10% of the money, which is $1.5 billion. Mohammed Kushazi is supposed to get 3% of the money, which is $340 million. Neil Murray is supposed to get $7 million. Adam Quinn, who is a part owner of the company, is supposed to get $2 billion. Now, the way they want to share the money, where they work collect from Nigeria, and I be this, so you they see Nigeria's name full inside. Now, can you join me and say, praise the Lord? The people that want to steal Nigerians' money have failed. And part of those people are Nigerians that want to pay me pass. Time to say they not be Igbo boys. Because Nigerians never don't care about it. Say, our Igbo boys are in here. But thank God, the people that want to cash out from Nigerians are Nigerians. How well do you really love your country? The people destroy Nigeria and Nigerians. Do you know how many white companies are in Nigeria taking our resources? The village, they take those resources from the village. People of that village are suffering. And white men are cashing out from our gold, our cocoa, our resources, our oil. They drink oil from the Niger Delta, spill it on the river. The people in those villages cannot drink water. Oyibo people, they cash out. Tomorrow, they go say that we they do Yahoo. Who call really the Yahoo? When our boys also small $10,000 here. I'm not hailing fraud, but I'm telling you why it's good for the goods, it's good for the gander. When our boys also small dollars here, you say that they thief for Igbo money. Meanwhile, you are cashing out from us in billions of dollars. Now God will help us, and greedy people what we get for this country, we will cash out at the detriment of their fellow Nigerians.